You spent 3 to 4 years studying in Europe. You worked hard, you graduated, you are proud, and then the government turns around and tells you your visa expires in 60 days. Time to go home. No job search time, no transition period, just pack your bags. This is the reality of thousands of international students every single year. And the painful part is most students did not know before they started. So if staying back after graduation is part of your plan, and honestly, for most of us it is, then you need to watch this video before you choose your next study destination, because not every country will let you stay after you graduate. In this video, I'm going to list the best countries with post-study work options, what each one actually offers, and the ones that are quietly becoming the smartest move for African and international students entirely right now. So stay with me because the last country on the list might surprise you. So a quick question for you before we proceed. Why do most of us even want to study in Europe? Yes, the degree matters. Yes, the experience also matters. But let's be honest with each other. A huge part of the plan is the opportunity to build a life there, to work, to grow, maybe even to get permanent residence one day. And that is a completely valid goal. There is nothing wrong with that. But here is where students makes a very expensive mistake. They choose a country based on cheap tuition or easy admission without ever asking the most important question: what happens after I graduate? Some countries gives you a clear pathway to stay, others no. You will even be lucky if they give you 6 months before they send you packing. So let's talk about the countries that actually have your back in terms of post-study work option. And the first country is Canada. We have to start here because Canada is honestly the gold standard for international students when it comes to staying back. After you graduate, Canada gives you something called the Post-Graduation Work Permit, which is the PGWP. And depending on how long your program was, you could get up to 3 years to live and work freely in Canada. And that's enough time to get a solid Canadian work experience, right? Which is exactly what you need to apply for permanent residency through the programs like the Canadian Experience Class under Express Entry. And for African students specifically, Canada has been very, very welcoming. The pathways are clear, the process is documented, and there are huge African communities in cities like Toronto, Calgary, Ottawa, and many others. Now, one thing to watch is this: policy changes. Canada has been tightening its international student rules lately, so always check the latest IRCC guidelines. I'll drop a link in the description. But one thing is, Canada got your back when it comes to post-study work options. And the second country is Australia. Australia is another heavy hitter. After your graduation, you get a temporary graduate visa, and that is a subclass for 85. And depending on your qualification and where you studied, this can range from 2 to 6 years. Yes, up to 6 years of post-study work rights. Australia also has a state-sponsored PR pathways, which means even if you don't qualify federally, individual states can nominate you based on skills they need. This is a big deal if you are in a field like healthcare, engineering, IT, or education, right? So the next country is Germany. And for people who are budget conscious, Germany deserves its own conversation. Most public universities in Germany charge little to zero tuition fees, even for international students. And that alone is a game changer. After your graduation, Germany gives you an 18-month job seeker visa, 18 months to find a job in your field. And once you find one, you can transition to a work visa and eventually apply for a settlement permit, right? Which is basically permanent residency. Now, German language is a factor. You don't necessarily need it for your degree if you study in English, but start learning it early. Take it seriously. But the bottom line is Germany have a low tuition fee and you are guaranteed of 18-month job search visa, solid PR pathway, right? So the next country is Ireland. Ireland is one that a lot of African students are sleeping on, and I don't understand why, because the numbers are very, very good. Because after your graduation, Ireland offers a third level graduate scheme, giving graduates a 1 to 2 year stay back permission depending on your qualification level. Masters or PhD graduate gets the full 2 years, right? And here is the kicker. Ireland is home of European headquarters of companies like Google, Meta, Apple, LinkedIn. You are a job hunting in a market full of global giants who are actively hiring. It's an English speaking country, it's EU access, and it's a tech forward economic country. So it's very, very good. You can give it a try. And the next country is France. France offer a temporary resident permit after graduation that gives you 12 months to look for work or start a business. And if you find a job in your field, it converts it to a work visa. Now, French language will be important here for your day-to-day life and job search, unless you are in a very international company or sector. But here is what is interesting here. France is actively trying to attract international talent, and there is a special talent passport. Now, this is a visa that can fast track certain professionals and entrepreneurs into the country. So if you are already speaking French or you are willing to learn, France is a very serious option. But the bottom line is France can give you a 12-month job search permit or talent passport for skilled workers, and French language is very, very vital. So the next country is New Zealand. New Zealand might not be the first country you think of, but it has one of the most straightforward post-study work visa system out there. Now, depending on where you study and your qualification level, you can get a post-study work visa for up to 3 years, and New Zealand has a specific skill shortage now, especially in healthcare, construction, and IT, which means if you are in those fields, you are walking into a high demand country, right? It is a smaller population country, which honestly means less competition in certain industries, and the quality of life. Now, consistently, they are ranked among the best country in the world with good economy. But the bottom line is New Zealand has a straightforward process. They need a skill-based demand and great quality of life out there. So now, quickly, a few more countries that are worth putting on your radar this year include the United Kingdom, because the graduate route visa gives you up to 2 years post-study work rights for, and they have 3 years for PhD. The UK is backed in the game for a stay back options, but watch for immigration policy update. Another country is Netherlands. Another country also is Portugal and also Japan. Now, let me take a moment to be very real with you. Having a post-study work option does not guarantee you will stay. It is a pathway, not a promise. You still need to find a job within the allowed time frame. You still need to meet the requirement for each visa transition. You have to maintain a very clean record, because any immigration violation can close these doors permanently. Stay updated. Immigration policies changes almost every time, and sometimes with very little notice. So I have seen students get a 2-year work permit and waste 8 months not taking any job seriously, and then panic in the final stretch. Treat your post-graduation period like a job itself. Research, apply, and network, and move with urgency. So there you have it. The countries that actually gives you a real chance to study and build your life after graduation include countries like the Canada, Australia, Germany, Ireland, France, New Zealand, and a few other countries. The most important thing you can do right now is to match your ambition with the right destination. Don't just go where your friends are going. Don't just go where tuitions are cheapest. Go where your entire future plan can actually work. If this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more students who need this opportunity or this information. Subscribe if you are not already. I drop videos every week on scholarships, admissions, and building your life abroad as an African student or international student. You can comment below. Tell me which country you are considering and what field you are studying. I read every single comment, and I might just do a detailed video on your country next. I'll see you in the next one.